So all right, guys, to finish off our email and SMS marketing, there's one small demo we're going to do. It's an email service provider called MailChimp. It's actually pretty well known across the globe. And what we're going to do is quickly just see how we can log in, how we can quickly create an email campaign and send it out, okay? It's very simple few steps, okay? So we'll just go through it. If you go to MailChimp.com, okay, that's the URL. First thing you can do is you can sign up. It's a free sign up, right? I've already done that. So let's say I log in. And for signing up, they're only asking you for your first name, last name, and some basic information, and that's it, right? So I'm going to just log in, okay? All right. So what it does is when you come in, it's going to bring you to their dashboard, okay? Very simple dashboard. And if you remember in our UX class, we actually used this dashboard, right? That's the dashboard that I had chosen as a sample, okay? Very simple. It gives you a few options. Create and send a campaign. Create a list of subscribers for your email campaigns. Or you can start building an audience, okay, by creating a form where people will come and enter their email addresses, okay? You can invite your colleagues, okay? And you can verify the domain for sending the emails. Remember we talked about it, okay, earlier, that you have to have your domain verified. So that's what they're asking you to do in the last section. Make sure your domain is verified so that when they send that email, it properly gets delivered, okay? Now, creating and sending a campaign is actually very easy, all right? So let's say on top, we say create campaign, right? Now it's going to ask you, what type of a campaign are you creating? Is this a regular HTML campaign, okay, with a plain text alternative version? Again, we discussed this. Do we want only a plain text campaign, right? Do you want a campaign to run A/B testing, okay? Or do you want an RSS feed campaign, okay? Let's leave the RSS one alone. We probably will not be using that much. So one of the first three is what we would be using. So let's say that we're going to create a regular campaign, okay? We're going to go out and say, you know what? Let's create an HTML email, okay? And it'll also have a text version to it. Now, it's saying, since you don't have any subscribers yet, because we just set up this account and I have not imported any subscribers, do you want to send it to yourself? Or next option is I can create a new list. I can just create a list of my own right as I go, right? So I say, you know what? Because I'm creating a new one, I'll create the subscribers later. Let me just at least send it to myself, okay? What is the name of the campaign, right? So we're saying this is our June newsletter, right? Let's say we're sending a newsletter, okay? What is the email subject? We talked about it. What do we want the subject to be? Make it engaging, interesting, etc., right? So we say top 10 funding news in e-commerce. Maybe that's interesting to people we're sending this to, okay? Then who's it from? So what name are we giving in that, right? Right now it just says Advantage because that's what I had signed up with. Then what email ID should it send it from? Okay, very easy stuff. And again, on the right-hand side, personalize the to field. Remember we talked about this? Can you personalize bulk emails? Yes, you can. I can say that it should actually go with somebody's first name, okay? So it's creating a merge tag of the first name. You can actually do it like the example there where you can have the first name and the last name. And then if you click on this link, it can show you all the different merge tags. So maybe it's not name, maybe you want to refer to them with some other way. You can actually find all the tags under this. Okay? So, you know, in bulk, you can still personalize it. Okay? So we say we're going to send it with first name. Now, what is the type of tracking do we require? Or the system will do? They're going to track opens. They're going to track clicks. They're going to track on plain clicks. And if you have Google Analytics, which again we'll be talking about in another module, we would actually also integrate Google Analytics here. Okay? But right now we don't have it, so we're not integrating. But ultimately, when we have it, we'll also put that in. Now, if your campaigns are around conversion, let's say you're selling a product, then you would also turn on e-commerce link tracing, because then it will know when people have bought something from a shopping cart. Okay. Second, there is something called ClickTail link tracking. Again, ClickTail is another provider. If you sign up with that provider as well, you can also track how subscribers are interacting with that email content. So which link are they clicking on? What are they doing? All that kind of stuff can be done if you do this as well. Okay? Now, obviously, there are certain things that are only for paid subscribers, like goal tracking, etc., which we don't have because this is not a paid account yet, right? But if you wanted to track goals, you could actually do that using paid accounts. And goals are basically ways for you to say, you know what, I want this to happen. And the system tracks for you how much of that goal is being met and how much of it is not being met. You can say that out of these emails, I want X number of people to convert. And it will tell you if you're meeting the goals or not. Okay? Now, there's social media integration built in. You can auto post on Facebook after sending the email. You can auto tweet after sending the email. Okay? And then, if there are embedded videos in your content, okay, it can actually auto convert them to be email friendly. So let's say that we created an HTML with embedded videos. Then the system can automatically make them friendlier. Okay? Once you have all the options set, on the top right, it says save and exit. Okay? You can save and exit. And now, obviously, it's asking where do you want to go next. Okay? So let's say we'll go to campaigns back out. So we'll save it. And now you see the campaign there, right? June newsletter. We can now go ahead and create the email that we're going to send out and everything along the line, right? So this is all the information that we put in. Okay. Now this is something that I've already created, right? What this is, I used a template. On the right side, right, they give you all these different, just like any other software, they give you templates you can choose. So I chose a template that had an image on top. I chose a template with the image on the right side, with the content in the left side. Okay? Now, what you can do is you can actually preview how it's going to look. In our case, it's looking blank because I have not put the images I want. Okay? It can also show you what it'll look on mobile and what it will look inside an inbox. Okay? So basically, remember the questions we had. Once we create these emails, will we be able to tell what it's going to look like on a mobile? And yes. So one simple click, you can actually see how it's going to look on a mobile. Now, I'm just going to go back out, and I'll go back to just show you what the templates look like. So if on top, if I go to templates, you can actually see all the different types of templates that they have available. Or you can create your own, by the way. Okay? So I just came out to show you, but here's all the different types of templates I can choose. Sorry?
Just like a PPT.
Yeah, just like a PPT, absolutely. Or you can code your own. If you have your own HTML, you can actually just say code your own, and you can paste your HTML here. Okay? So once you choose a template, let's say I want this one. Okay? All it does, it actually shows you the template, and you can start to edit it. Okay? You can say that I want to go ahead and let's say I select it. It's going to show me the template, and actually you can change it to whatever you want. Even if you don't like the way this is, I can actually take this out. I can say, you know what, I don't want the image on top at all. I say delete it. Okay, and it deletes it. Okay, or I can say, you know what, I want to put my social follow on the top. So I can just click and drag it, and it adds it to the top. Okay, and each one of them on the right side is telling me when they click on Facebook, where will they go? If they click on Twitter, what will happen? If they click on the link, what will happen? The website link. Okay, everything can be edited. Let's say that this text I want change. If you look at the right side, it's bringing up the text, and it brought it up in an editor. So I can make it yellow, white, whatever I want to do with it. Right? I say that I want to change the font to this. Right? I say that I want to change the font to 32 size. Okay? Basically, everything is like Word. Just keep on editing it. You can run in Word and copy paste it. Okay? So basically, choose the template, edit it as you want. If you want to put a product here, put a product here, whatever. Say save and close. Okay? Go to next. It's going to ask you, okay, you know what, now who do you want to send it to? Okay? So you can edit the list. You can say right now we chose that we only had one person in the list, right? Us. Okay? So we can leave it alone. Otherwise, we can change this, right? If we had multiple lists there. This is the subject line that we chose. We said if they want to reply, this is going to come. This tracking is on. Okay? Right? Now there's an error it sees, and it's telling you that. It says we noticed some placeholder in text in your message. Specifically, we use this area to offer a short preview. Because what happens is, you know how when you're writing an email in Gmail and you say there's an attachment, and if there is no attachment, it tells you there is no attachment? That's exactly what it's telling you. There's a text there that says use this area to offer a short preview. But there is no placeholder or whatever there. So now it's telling you that, hey, you didn't put it in. It's only just making sure, right? So I'll say, okay, you know what, let's resolve it. Okay, so here, because these are blank, it's not liking that these are blank, right? So you know what, to make it easy, I'll just say, you know what, I don't want it, just delete it. All right, so finally we were able to get that all set, right? Now there's an HTML version of it, plain text version of it, and it's ready to go. Okay, I have two options. I can send it right away, or I can schedule it. I can say, you know what, this has to go tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Okay, and not Eastern Standard Specific Time, but I'll send it at plus India. Okay, save it. Say schedule it again. Now this time it's going to show me differently, right? 13th, I say I want it at 9 a.m. Okay, and schedule it. Now what will happen is 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, it's going to send it out. Yeah.
But this will send to which email ID?
Now it's sending it to the one that I have set here. Advantage. Now if I go to lists, right, it says you have no lists. So here you need to create a list. And these are all your customers. You can do it one by one, or what you can do is you can import a list of all your customers.
From Excel or Outlook or where?
Excel. You can, I mean, n number as in, I'm sure on the free account there is a limit.
In the Excel file, where you're supposed to add your customers. Do they provide a sample template for that, or
For what?
for the Excel file that you would be providing the customers?
Yeah, right here.
They provide a sample template.
They tell you what all you need right here. So in the help, they have format guidelines for your import file.
Sir, if I have 500 email IDs,
Doesn't matter.
you saying 200 is
No, so in the free account, it may be 200, but then you have to create a paid account, right? Right now, we did a free account, But then ultimately, when you pay for the account, then you can import longer lists. Okay, and for the ones, if you don't want to use MailChimp, there are other providers that can provide you similar kind of stuff also. But ease of use is like this, okay? All right, guys. I just wanted to show you pretty much in 5 or 10 minutes, simply you can create the email, you can send it. If the HTML is ready, it hardly takes any time. Okay? Cool? So guys, that brings us to a conclusion of our class on email and SMS marketing, right? Next, we're going to be covering social media marketing in our modules. We're going to be talking about Facebook marketing, Twitter marketing, LinkedIn marketing, and much, much more. And probably end with talking about video marketing using YouTube. All right? So see you again in our next modules.